Hello and welcome back to another tutorial, and in this video I want to cover a bit more on some data types, because now we've only talked about the integer and the string, I believe. So uh, let's get started. So as you know, we've got integers, and we can assign a value to them, like 600. But it's only numbers. So if we want to display some text or something, we just add, we create a string, uh, and then we assign some text to it, or symbols, like anything you want. But you can do a lot with these only, because maybe you want a number with well, let's go decimal numbers, like 600.568. But let's see what Eclipse says when we do it. Value equals 600.568. As you can see, it gives us an error, and let's view the error, and it says type mismatch cannot convert from double to int. So as you can see, this is a double, so we can cast this to an int. Let's print this out for a second, and let's see what happens. And it says 600. So as you can see, it just removes those decimal points, because an integer can't hold them. So let's change this casting value, and as you can see, we can also change the type of value to a double. So a double is basically need to know now is it's basically a number with decimal values. And if we run this, as you can see, it just prints out the number with the decimal values. Another data type I already showed you is the float. But we have to cast this as well, because this value is basically a double. So this works perfectly fine, but we have to cast it, or we have to change it again to a double. A quick way of casting it is you just place an F behind the value, and it's all fine. It's not yelling at you, it doesn't complain, and it works fine. So if you have a float value, just place an F behind it, and yeah. The point with float values and doubles, the main difference between them, actually what you need to know now is that they a float has much less values behind, yeah, a lot less decimal values. So let's see how many there are. It doesn't complain yet. Still not complaining. Just typing some random numbers. Whoa, it's actually really long. I don't really know how long it's gonna take. Wow, my voice just... Well, a float has less precision than a double. That's mainly what you need to know about those data types. And then you have the long Well, let's first value equals. As you can see, it stops. As you can see here, it says the literal. I don't know what its number is. Of the type int is out of range. So as you can see, we have to make it a little shorter. So that's 1,000 million. It's a 1 billion. So let's change this to double, and we can. Oh, well, it's out of range as well, but that's my fault. Not don't mind it. Just keep in mind that doubles are way more precisely than float values. But I mainly use floats for x, y, and z values in games and stuff. And yeah, if you need decimal values, just use floats unless you really need doubles, because you don't need doubles very often. So yeah, let's take a look at longs again. This basically is a really long number as well, I think. No, it's wait. Oh yeah, as you can see, you can just well, it's out of range again. But as you can see, it's way longer than I think. No, it's even, well, sorry for the confusing part, but I don't really use longs that well, that much. I only use integers, floats, and strings for basic. Oh, and char, but I'm not gonna cover it in this tutorial, or probably not in this series, because it's it's not very advanced, but it's more advanced than just the beginner stuff, so you don't need to know it. So yeah, in the next episode I will cover some math functions you can use for your programs and games and stuff, and those return a double value for extra precision. So that's one example I can come up with for doubles, but mostly I use floats, and then equals math.pow and 2. Let's as you can see, it gives an error and we have to cast it to a float. Let me just, no, it doesn't work. I was just curious about it. And then print it out, and then 2 to the power of 16. And let's change this to 64 bit. As you can see, the max amount of data a 46-bit computer can handle is this value. So yeah, that's basically it. So hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.